minute. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. Minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It has been, 3 weeks now?
It has.
3 weeks since the event has come and gone. You know, it's crazy. It feels like it was like just yesterday we were talking about getting ready for the event, starting to make plans for the event, and to, getting all excited for it. And here we are 3 weeks after the event, and we're like, I'm like, it's already came and gone that quick. It definitely.
Once it hit us, it was just full locomotive speed, and it's been kind of nice to relax for a little bit. Sorry that everyone's having to wait for us to finally put this post-event, podcast out. But
Yeah, we've had our hands full, and I tell you what. First of all, and the most foremost thing I want to do is I want to thank everyone that participated in the event, because everybody that came out there, super great attitudes. Everybody was happy to be out there. The smiles I saw on everybody's face, and everybody that got to participate in the event and did the certain activities was just super happy about everything. And that, I think that it was all worth it. Every last minute that we stayed up till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning working on stuff and doing all the prep work for everything and getting everything ready at the event, it was all worth it, seeing those people's smiles on their face.
It was. But you forget about all the hard work you had to put into it once everyone's enjoying themselves and getting to enjoy the park the way we were hoping they would.
Absolutely, it was. And the biggest thing is I do want to thank, as well as Hidden Falls, for allowing us to do the event on the park. We were all kind of scared at the very beginning. It was going to be, hectic, and, we had a lot of learning curves our way, but, it all just came together.
It did.
And I think the park, how everything flowed, through everything, it wasn't too crazy. And, the turnout that we have, wasn't a huge turnout expected for first time events. But we had a handful of people, and I said this, I've told you this many times, and I'll say it again over and over again. I don't think I realized on how many people were actually into the event until I got to the top of the hill on Wildcat Mountain, and I saw all those people up there. That entire mountain. If you weren't up there at Let's Crawl at the event during the races, and you didn't see the top of that mountain, that was something to see, because there was a lot of people on top of that mountain. I've never seen that mountain as packed as I did that day. And that right there really, made me wake up and go, wow, there's a lot of people that are here. So
that's why I'm kind of jealous, because I got stuck down at the starting line the whole time, and I didn't get to see the crowd, and heard about it, all kinds of back and forth with radio chatter of, hold on, we got to make sure we push back the crowd enough. We got to do this. We got to do that. And that's where we got to make some improvements, like we were just talking, learning curve.
And actually, we're going to go into that here in a minute. But before we get too deep into our conversation tonight, I do want to, and I'm going to remind over and over again throughout the podcast tonight, if y'all participated in the event, if y'all are out there at all, whether as a spectator, as a participant, or had any doing with the event at all, and you want to give us your feedback. Let us know if you enjoyed it. Let us know if you didn't enjoy it. Let us know what you loved about it, what you hated about it. We need your feedback, and let us know how we can do better next year, because I don't know. It sounds like we're going to be doing it again next year. The park is really wanting us to come back out there.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
So I'm super excited about that. So we're gonna talk about that here in a minute. So Michael, we talked a little bit about this earlier, but what do you think your favorite part of the event was?
The smiling faces.
The smiling faces. That's what I was saying a minute ago. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, we try to make it a point everyone enjoyed themselves. We try to have something for everybody. And we had that from huge rock bouncers that were coming from Houston and Abilene. You know, we had friends that drove down. Well, I'm going to call him a friend now, Mark. And Wesley, I didn't get to wheel with because he had a mishap with his Jeep day prior.
Yeah.
You know, so they're down from St. Louis. We got, you know, people coming up from Corpus. I've got Kathleen that came up. Met a guy, Chad, from College Station, that, you know, this was his first time wheeling. It's his daily driver, Gladiator. Was part of a group that was going to come out with a larger group, it sounded like, and it just ended up being him. So he was all excited to have someone to wheel with and talk to him about stuff. And we've been going back and forth. Parts formed up great already. And, you know, so it's, I got to ride with a couple strangers that all of a sudden their vehicle wasn't quite built up enough to do something that we were going to go play on. So they just jumped in and I just got seat time just hanging out with people at the event. So, that was my favorite part, really. That was just everyone enjoying themselves, the different things. If I had to pick a particular event that, you know, probably the treasure hunt we got the most feedback on and was the most entertaining for me to hear about.
There was a lot of feedback on that and a lot of positive feedback, except for you hit one box on. I don't know if you hit it from that or if it got mismarked on the map or what the deal was.
So to explain it to everybody, my GPS locked up when I was in that little valley, so I thought I was the next intersection up according to the GPS mark when I took a shot of it in the morning.
Okay.
So I dropped out the boxes in the morning and just took a screenshot of the GPS on the Jeep and tried to translate that to the maps, and GPS was lagging just a little bit and had me off just far enough that everyone couldn't find the box that we had sitting there. So, but people got to meet people. They sat around and kind of started socializing, trying to find this last box so they could all go win some of the goods. And it was just... it
was genuine. I will tell you that much.
Yes.
That everybody out there and we talked to and we had interactions with, it was just pure genuine, you know, happiness and you know, it just, everybody was so thankful for us putting it on, because a lot of people, you know, came to us and were like, this is exactly what the park needed. This is exactly what we needed out here in our area. Because a lot of the events that happen, especially at Hidden Falls or any other local parks, unfortunately, a lot of them are private events or, you know, like club related events and stuff like that. So it's very rare to see the open event, you know, type like what we did. Where I say not rare, but not happening very often. So us being able to offer that to the community and the rock crawling industry, the families, the friends, and everybody else out there, the competitors, that opportunity to come out there and do it, you could really tell that they were very appreciative of that. And you know, the biggest thing is, you know, we took baby steps to get to where we were at with this event, and we're still growing as an event, right? As the Let's Get Crawling event. And Let's Get Crawling event, I foresee in the future, I mean, you give me your opinion on it, but I foresee in the future it not just being a Hidden Falls, you know, event. I see it maybe us growing and expanding to other venues that exist out there.
Absolutely. Because like we say, it's about getting out into different environments and different types of wheeling. It doesn't necessarily have to be in one particular place, because we have other things in our area that are smaller parks, which are a little more small group oriented,
Yep.
that are evolving quite a bit. We just had one that opened up the full size vehicles lately that might be fun to get out to. We got to go play out there.
Yes, absolutely.
We got other ones that are just giant granite fields that are very entertaining and different type of wheeling. And I don't always get to go to those parks. You don't always get to go to those parks.
Yeah, for sure.
And we're missing out on stuff that's still just around the corner for us. We're creatures of habit. So we like going to the same park that we always know. And we're like,
definitely are.
what do we want to go play on this weekend? I got to go test whatever. And so we just head out there because it's there. And it's one of the closer ones for us.
It is. And, and as we grow and we're able to do more of these events and we get more well familiar with on how we need to run them properly and without any hiccups or issues. I mean, I don't think you can run any event perfect. I don't care how many thousands of times you've done them, but definitely find all the weak points of where we need to grow stronger at. And as we grow and evolve as an event, we can definitely grow our strengths with other connections of parts and other people and bring more people involved. I mean, I met with the guy that raced me the side-by-side up there for the what was that? The King of Wildcat Mountain Challenge. And he came to me and he's like, dude, if I would have known about this sooner, I could have brought so many people out here to do this, because I literally found out about this on Tuesday, and we're talking, Thursday or Friday, whenever it was.
Yeah, that was Friday.
Yeah. And I was like, he's like,
wow.
He's with ATX Power Sports, and he, he's got a lot of connections, and he's like super excited. He really wants to help us with next year's event and bring them along. So I'm excited about that. That's some good news. And the bouncer guys, I mean, they, I know the bouncer community it's a different community for sure. And they're all great guys, and they typically don't come to the small events like what we were hosting, right? But the ones that did show up, the couple of guys that did show up and actually run the courses, they were stoked. I mean, we threw a little twist at them, at the end.
So they did kind of a heads up. They knew what they're going to run, so they did a test run the day before or the morning of. So we had to throw a little twist in the middle of that event and that course that we were doing. And all of a sudden they're like, wait, that's not the line we talked about using yesterday. We're like, you guys did it too fast and it was too easy. So you had a nice little remap in your mind real quick as we were flagging stuff. And
yep.
They enjoyed it.
I got up there.
I think the crowd did too.
They kept telling me, at the very beginning, they're like, oh yeah, we can do that, this, that, and the other. And then I saw, what was his name? The guy, not Bobby, but the other guy. Monty. We ran Monty up there when we were out there scoping the place out, and we saw him running up the side of Loose Rock, and we're like, well, he made that way too easy.
Oh, we were starting to do. We were trying to put out a quick a message to everyone, and we just didn't have the reception to put out. I don't think at the moment, but all of a sudden he starts running up, and we're doing. I think at that point we just do the video and just recorded. And he comes shooting up the hill. We're like, well, we're here. Might as well try to get a good shot of it. And also we're like, oh, of course. And Bobby got a chance to run. And he's like, wait, this is what you guys were talking about, right? And he runs it. He's like, oh, I'm going to be able to do that one way faster. Okay, we got you.
Yeah, I got a trick up my sleeve for you, buddy. So we threw a Z-turn into it where you go up the obstacles. Originally on Loose Rock, I had it set up. You had a easy line or the main line, right? And then your bonus line, which I don't think anybody took the bonus line.
No.
It was tough. I'm not gonna lie.
They were debating it, and it was back and forth.
Well, they both have competitions at the next weekend, and they want to tear up their stuff before they went to that. So, understandably, I think maybe next time when they don't have a race the next weekend, maybe we can get them to send it a little harder.
Absolutely.
But when I was looking at it and I was setting it up and I saw the line, and I was like, this is too easy. These guys are going to knock this out. This is going to be a boring race to watch because these guys are going to shoot it up so fast. It's going to be quicker, than we originally anticipated. And then I was like, I got something for them. So I found that line on the right-hand side and I made them go up, and then almost like a turn back. And then they had it was almost, if you looked at it on the map, it almost looked like a Z, because you go up, you come back down the hill a little bit, and then you make a immediate hard right and go back up the hill again.
And watching rock bouncers that normally just go straight line as fast as they can,
they're turning
having to
radios.
slow down and make a corner was interesting.
Well,
Especially when you make that on that nice off camber and that shelf.
yeah. Well, if you see me in my journal, it's like with 50-point turns, like that little episode in Austin Powers, like beep 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 beep. I was like, now I know how they feel, because they don't have the turning radius like a normal crawler does. So it was definitely entertaining. But you know what? I think they only had a backup once in reset, each one of them.
Yeah, I think it was just one reset.
Just one reset for them. So they actually did a lot better than they thought they were going to be able to do. And of course, that boundary ended up being a little tight up there at the top.
I was going to say, now the boundary line, that was a different story. The backups was easy. The spaghetti of rope afterwards, that's...
Yep. So it was all good, though. They got them to the top, and they loved it. But, I didn't get to watch them shoot up the King of Wildcat Mountain Challenge or do any of that other than that very first part of Damp Derrick, which they both made to look very easily. I thought that one was going to hang them up a little bit. No, they made it look very easy.
Both hit a perfect line for their... And they did not take the same line, because their buggies one was a little bit shorter than the other, and they both picked the perfect line. I was like, oh, they're gone. Yep. I didn't get to see much.
Yep. No, and we got stuck at the bottom. So, and then, we only had the one side-by-side sign up, and he was disappointed, but he came, I walked up to him and said, hey, man, look, so you don't have to run by yourself. Do you want me to run with you? He's like, yeah, duh, let's go. I was like, he was really excited to find that out. I was like, all right, I'll run it against you. So we ran, and he ran a good race. He did puncture a tire. He blew out his front right tire in it, but he did finish the race. He kept into it.
Well, the way he was moving, it didn't need air. No momentum was keeping that.
No, he definitely didn't need air. And I'll tell you this much is at the very end, I even gave him his money back. And I was like, look, I mean, I know you paid for the entry fee and everything else, but I'm not going to take your money from you, man. I mean, I set this course up for you, and for y'all to run, and it's just not fair for me to sit here, even though I blew the doors off.
I don't know if I would say that. I don't think the times are that far apart.
Well, I'll tell you what, about halfway up, right on Penthouse, where the track goes up, and you got a couple little off-camera big rocks right there, and you got to cut right. And I was flying up there. When I did, my right tire caught the tree, and I thought that was the end of the game for me. I mean, because it literally picked my entire buggy up in the air and threw me over to my right-hand side like I was facing the trees. And I was like, oh, this is the end of this one. And then I just stayed in it, cut the wheel over to the left, and just finished it out. So it was a good run. But I tell you what, even in the competitions, which was my favorite part, just because I liked that was cool, right? That was the cool factor part of it, right? But the other cool factor part of it was, the amount of people that participated in the night rides. And there was a good amount of people that participated in those.
That one Friday night was massive.
Yeah, it was. And then we also had the guided trail ride. I mean, even Thursday, we were supposed to have a slow back day. We ended up having, 20, 25 people there? Yeah. So I was really surprised we had that many people for the guided trail ride, and that went well. And so with that said, and we had the live bands Friday night and Saturday night, which were phenomenal. If y'all missed Little Ruckus play on Friday night, they're a new gathering of people. And they played individual bands and stuff like that. By the time that was their first performance that they played together for us. And they brought the show. I mean, they brought,
that was a good one.
That was a good setup. I mean, they had a good setup. They played amazing music. And I am definitely looking forward to seeing more of their music, even just outside the event. So
yeah, I kind of got bummed out because I was listening to them, and then we went down. I ran down to Area A to make sure anyone that was down there knew or remembered it was going.
Right.
I got caught up meeting all kinds of people down there, so I missed half their performance while I was down
You missed a good
shaking
performance, I'm gonna
hands
tell
with
you that,
people. So that was
uh,
entertaining to catch what I did.
absolutely was. What's up, Tyler? My buddy, my brother from another mother. Man, Tyler, I tell you what, this guy right here, let me tell you something about Tyler. I met him a couple of years ago. We started doing business together, and I came to him a while back. Actually, it was probably about 3 or 4 months ago, as I mentioned to him about the event. And I already knew he had his plate full, but I still wanted to open the invitation to him. I really wanted him to be there, but I knew I already kind of expected the answer I was going to get from him, right? And he's like, yeah, man, I want to be a part of your event, but I've got SEMA build going. I've got all this other stuff going. I can't see me, being a participant. I'm sorry for you. Kind of broke my heart a little bit, but the last minute, this guy comes to me and he goes, you know what? I'm going to come help you out. What do you need from me? I was like, what? So he ended up cooking meals for us and a couple dinners for us. And that
Absolutely.
Amazing food.
And we needed that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was absolutely amazing. And, him being there, he brought Brockbuster out. He brought little homie, the SEMA build out there. So I kind of felt, special because
he didn't just bring his SEMA build
out there
prior to SEMA so people could get that little teaser. He wheeled that thing the day before he left for SEMA.
He absolutely did. And
that was amazing.
The entire time I was sitting on the edge of my seat because I was spotting him going down Rocky. And I'm sitting there going, if this guy scratches or falls off the rock or doesn't do this right, I'm going to be blown. And we're going to be taking a hurt freaking Bronco that's supposed to be this big bad, build for SEMA, and all these big, huge sponsors are, going to be looking at it and everything like that. He's laughing at us right now. But we got through it and we didn't hurt it one bit. I don't even think we even bottomed out in that thing at all.
No.
And little homie performed. And then we got to go play with it after SEMA. So that was a whole nother show. We'll talk about that another day, but that thing is a bad build. And I was super, I felt special of him bringing that out and displaying it out there. And letting us
so
get the first reveal out there for sure. So thank you, Tyler. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything that you did, coming out there, putting all that extra stress on you and your team. But it means to me more than anything in the world and to my team. So I really appreciate it. Thank you, buddy.
Well, he even did a couple runs for us.
Yeah, he did. Absolutely.
Both of the shots up the mountain he did. And people were just like, that's unbelievable that a 6th gen can just do what it's doing.
I just saw the video that Jesse posted from going
up Loose Rock.
Yeah, going up Loose Rock. And I wasn't out there when he took Brockbuster out there to Loose Rock. I was too busy at the booth, but I saw the video of the whole front of Brockbuster Cup, and I was like, oh, there it goes. And then obviously I didn't hear that story. So Tyler owes me a story on that one. Oh, man. But, there was a lot of people out there just with their families and everything, and the park was pretty busy itself. I mean, I don't know how many people were out there compared to for the event compared to the just park itself, but the park overall was busy. And we had one food vendor out there, which he did amazing. I mean, it was typical event food, but he made sure that we were taken care of, and everything went well. So I appreciate him coming out there for us. Hobbytown ended up showing up. The hobby shop out of Austin showed up for us on Saturday, I believe, and set up their booth. And I think they did okay out there as well, which is good. I like seeing them set up and doing that. And as far as overall picture, the entire event, when I go to the park this last Saturday, and as I walk in to sign in, I'm just like, hey, here's Tim here this weekend. And the next thing I know, Tim's in my face. And I'm like, Okay, so this could go one or two ways. So if you don't know, Tim is the general manager out there at the park, and I was like, I'm hoping he's got some good things to say to me, and then he just smiled from ear to ear, and he's like, dude, I'm going to tell you, I haven't had one negative feedback, I haven't had one negative comment, I've heard nothing but good things come to your event, and that right there, the feeling that I got, just like the chills over my body, I was like, that's amazing. That's exactly what we wanted to hear. And when you're dealing with that many people, you always get somebody who wants to complain about something. But when he tells me that nobody complains about anything, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And that makes me want to redo it, again, that right there, just for that one spot. So I'm super happy about that. But I don't know. So the biggest thing is, what do y'all want to see? What is our participants or people that came out there and participated in the event? What do you think they're going to want to see next year? I mean, do you think they want to see something different? Do they want to see some of the same stuff? Do they want to see some?
They want to see me mark stuff on the map correctly.
Yeah, they want to see you mark.
But I think it's going to be some of the same. Just give us different trails. I mean, we talked to some people that go to that park all the time, and they're like, I never did that trail before. I'm like, well, why not? They're like, the group just never goes down there. I was like, well, now you found a new cool trail.
There you go.
So we got to show them some new trails, show them different spots in the park. There's a couple trails that I wondering why we didn't pick, that would be a fun one. That would be a fun one. Those are next year's. Those, I'm already thinking, there's a couple cool spots on Wet and Wild. That's easy bypass. But if you got something,
down Wet and Wild this Saturday.
Yeah, so but there's a couple cool spots where bigger stuff can play just a little bit.
Yep.
So I think that's going to be. Obviously, they had a big showing of the crowd for the big stuff, so we want to try to get that. I really want to get more mid-sized vehicles, more daily type vehicles or mild builds to get out and play and do some stuff.
Sure.
So we've got to figure out a way to do that. I've had to recently upgrade. So
I think a few people found out they needed to recently upgrade. That one who was it you were telling me about from the Jeep group that she bought all kinds of stuff?
Oh, Jennifer.
Yeah.
So she's had her Jeep like 6 months, comes out, does her first off-road trip with us, has a blast, and all of a sudden she's hitting up the Jeep Club and she's like, hey, install party, I have all these parts that need to get put on.
Just because of the event. I mean, she went out there.
She's hooked.
She's hooked. They got her hooked.
So, I mean, it's stuff like that we look forward to, is
Absolutely.
Getting everyone to enjoy it and want to grow. And I think by giving them a couple more trail options, by showing them what they can do with something that's, I mean, there's a guy that was from College Station, stock Jeep Gladiator. It's his daily vehicle, comes down, has a blast. Now he's like, what do I need to get rid of my plastic steps? I need sliders. What brands would you recommend?
Sure.
Whatever. He liked the ones that I happen to have on my Jeep, so he's checking those out. So it's just one of those things where we get to meet some people and we start finding all those little pieces.
Well, I'm gonna there where you said that, getting to meet some people, the amount of people that were introduced to us and we met, and all the different variety type of vehicles that showed up there. I mean, because we didn't have. I mean, you named that type of vehicle and it was probably out there. I mean,
we had from stock to wild.
Yeah, it was insane, and it was a big diversity of different type of vehicles as well as people. I mean, they came from all over, and for them to be able to interact with one another without, most of the time when you get a big diversity of a group together like that, you always have some kind of issues or something always negative going on. And it just was great to see that big of a group to come together and interact the way they did, and everybody smiling, patting each other on the back, shaking hands. We
had competitors eating dinner together.
Yeah, absolutely.
We had also, someone showed up with one group, and halfway through the day, you'll turn around and they're hanging out with a different group. And then you go find them around dinner time to talk to them about something. They're talking with another group. everyone just had a blast and made a lot of friends.
Yeah.
So I think that was a big thing. So I think next year it's kind of doing the same thing and getting people to understand you don't have to have big, crazy off-road buggies to go play.
Sure.
Kathleen had a Renegade. She
Yeah.
normally takes it
Yeah.
a beach. She's traveling across the country in it. It's real mild lift. I think she had upsized the 29-inch tires, which I was just like,
yeah, she
you're
tried to
telling
run
me.
me over out there
But-
on Baby Back.
the Salty Mermaid is one crazy little Jeep. I'm going to tell you. Did so much stuff. And she was like, I'm already looking what tires I need to get. What do I need to? So, their plan is to travel with this thing a lot. So they're got to build theirs for highway use and then can go play and then get back home. So they're taking some time and putting some thought into their builds. And, there was a bunch of people that were that way. So they didn't need anything big. Just like we've been telling them, come out in your stock vehicle.
Yeah, sure.
We had stuff for everybody. And the way the park is maintaining their trails and it's cleaned up a lot of stuff, people were having a blast. And it wasn't just one or two trails that they had to keep doing over and over and over. They could do a lot more.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just take the big bypasses or take the bypasses around the big stuff. But then they were watching, there's just like, oh my gosh, I watched this group of people do whatever. And it was great to hear.
It was. And, the biggest thing about the different things they were able to do is just like, it wasn't like the park was locked down and you had to do these certain things. I mean, they still had free roam of the entire park and get to do whatever they want to out there.
That was my biggest stress, is opening and closing trails while we're doing events for everybody else to make sure we weren't tying up the park.
Sure.
And I think we did a pretty good job of controlling traffic flow and getting people through places. And it did not slow down the park at all. It seemed like.
One thing I do want to talk about that we haven't really mentioned about, and I've had a lot of questions about, is where can these people find all the videos and pictures and all the good media that was taken while we were out there? So with that said, I think I'm going to open up I've been doing some research on the best way for people to drop files to us and drop videos, footage, and stuff like that without us, having to worry about security reasons or anything like that through the internet and stuff like that. So I found an app out there that I'm going to post here probably in the next couple of days on our social media that will give them a link where they can just drop whatever they had in there from the event, and we can utilize that to put a big video together. And I know we've got a video working, being put together right now from Lexi, and hopefully we'll see that soon. But I know you took videos and photos. I took videos and photos. Everybody that was out there took some type of videos and photos, and we need to really get it to where it's collaborated together. So if y'all have any media stuff that y'all want us to share on our platform out to the world and put it together with the rest of the stuff that we gathered while we're at the park, please get it to us. If you want to get it to us now, just send it to us in a messenger group. It's the best way I can say, or you can email us the files. But hopefully in the next week or so, I will have the link on our website, our Facebook, our Instagram, all that stuff, to where you can click on it, upload your videos and stuff like that, and then we'll start putting stuff together. So just be patient with us. We're trying to get it done as quick as we can. We have thousands and thousands of hours of content and thousands of gigabytes of content and all that kind of stuff to go through, and it takes a lot of time and patience for sure. So we'll get it out there, and maybe we'll start doing some teasers of some clips, some shorts. We'll get start getting some shorts out there thrown at y'all. So if you're not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, Off-Road Shenanigans LLC, I think it's at ORS LLC on your YouTube channel. That's where the Let's Get Crawling videos will be posted at, as well as the Off-Road Shenanigans Facebook page, the Instagram page, and the Let's Get Crawling Facebook page, Instagram page. And we're going to go ahead and make a new page on our website at letsgetcrawling.org that will have a media post on there that will have all the uploaded videos as well and content. And I think we're going to do a photo album on there as well. So anybody who took a lot of photos and stuff like that, we can start uploading there. Everybody can share it through.
Excellent.
Something else I want to throw out there for anybody that was at the event and they participated in the event If you did not come by the registration booth after the end of the weekend, or you did not get a Let's Get Crawling participant sticker, you need to let us know. We still have plenty of stickers to give out. If you registered for an event or you were part of one of the events, no matter if it was the night crawl, the night rides, the competitions, the trail rides, the trail challenges, the treasure hunt, whatever it was that we had out there, if you participated in it, drop us a line with your address, and I will put one in the post office mailbox and get it to you as quick as I possibly can.
Got to get those survivor stickers out to the ones that made it.
Yes, that survivor. That's what I said. Did I say participant? I did. I said survivor one. Sorry.
Well, they were participants, but when they finished, they got their survivor.
They're their survivor stickers. Yes, and you're correct. They are the Let's Get Crawling survivor stickers. So we have also check out on our website at the letsgetcrawling.org. Everything that we had at the event is now anywhere from 40 to 50% off on all merchandise. So if you wanted a shirt and it was just a little out of budget, or if you weren't ready to buy one yet, or a hat, or any of the stickers, anything like that, make sure you check out our website, because you're going to save big on all those products. And if you want to buy multiple, like if you want to buy 2 or 3 shirts or a couple of hats or something like that, reach out to me and I'll make you a package deal that you can't refuse. So making sure you drop me a note and let me know what you're looking for, and I will hook you up. And I will go ahead and throw in there some ORS merchandise as well, shirts and hats and stuff. So definitely want to help y'all out. We appreciate everything y'all have done and participated with us. And I can't wait for next year. I mean, I'm already losing sleep over it.
I can definitely wait for next year. Give me just another 30 days.
Yeah. So, you have anything else you want to cover?
I think that's it. I'm just appreciative of everyone that came out, and whether they're helping out. We had a lot of volunteers that came out and helped us. We had some great vendors show up and help us out. The park itself, but everyone that just showed up and had fun.
Yep. And I think next year's going to even be better, because the park has a lot of updates that they've been working on. They're changing how the entry of the gate. I know there were some complications on, or misunderstandings on how the gate time closes and stuff like that, and how they can get in, how late they can get in and stuff like that. But rest assured, Hidden Falls, they're spending the money in the right areas, and that's fixing on how to get into the park after hours and stuff like that. They put a new gate in. The gate at the highway is going to be going away. They're going to have some kind of like interaction type voice video call box or something like that. I'm not sure how it's all going to work, but they've got that coming. And I think, and I'm not going to speak out of term until we get it in stone yet, but I'm going to talk to the park and see what we can't do about maybe keeping their staff there a little longer on the days of the event. Maybe I can entice them to do that. So we'll see what we can do. That way we can help everybody else out. So again, I do want to remind everybody, first of all, we appreciate everybody. We can't be more thankful for all the people that supported us through the way, and a big thank you to our sponsors. We had several sponsors this year that helped us out. And I want to throw a thank you to Goats Trail for helping us out with our shirts and merchandise. I want a big thank you for Bronkbuster for his help and his feeding my crews and keeping us cheerful and coming out there and setting up a booth. Cresta Roofing was a sponsor, helped us out this year. Best Deal Tire out of New Braunfels, they helped us out. Great guys. I really appreciate everything they've done. Techline Roofing also was a sponsor this year, which helped us out. And of course, the Christian Jeep Association, Chapter 12 out of Texas. So, guys, without y'all, y'all may help make this event possible. So we greatly appreciate it. If y'all want to participate in next year's event, make sure you hit us up. We definitely plan on having a lot more vendors next year. And if you sponsored or were a vendor this year and helped us, we are going to treat you as, I got some VIP treatments for you next year. So make sure you hit me up for some details on that. I'll take care of you on the next event. So other than that, we have a good event.
Great event.
All right, man. Well, let's call it a night. Guys, I appreciate everything. Thanks for tuning in tonight. We will be doing another podcast probably after the holidays, into the first of the year. Somewhere in January, we'll be back online with some updates as we close in some dates and get some dates on the calendar and get some updated information about next year's event. And yeah, so that'll be the next time you see us. If you have anything between now and then, if you want to reach out to us, you can call us here at the shop at Off-Road Shenanigans at 866-665-9677, or drop us an email at info@letsgetcrawling.org, or you can drop us an email at info@offroadshenanigans.com. So thank y'all again. Y'all have a good night, and God bless.
Roll up to the night, side by side. Big buggies, rock crawlers, feeling alive. Loose rocks ahead, toughest ride. Engines roaring, let's take that dive. Jeeps high, headlights cut through the dark. Metal monsters leaving their mark. Gravel flying, dirt in the air. Feel the challenge if you dare. Let's get crawling, let's get rolling. Engines revving, spirits soaring. Night riding, tough and wild. Feel the thrill like a rock child. Tires grip the rugged road. Pushing hard, don't go slow. Dust clouds rising, sky so clear. Heartbeats pounding, fire near. Steel beats under the moon's watch. Rough terrain, no time to botch. Headlamps shining, keep us on track. Through the toughest, can't turn back. Let's get crawling, let's get rolling. Engines revving, spirits soaring. Night riding, tough and wild. Feel the thrill like a rock child. Jeeps high, headlights cut through the dark. Metal monsters leaving their mark. Gravel flying, dirt in the air. Feel the challenge if you dare. You dare. Let's get crawling, let's get rolling. Engines revving, spirits soaring. Night riding, tough and wild. Feel the thrill like a rock child. Tires grip the rugged road. Pushing hard, don't go slow. Dust clouds rise, the sky so clear. Heartbeats pounding, watch the rock child. Tires grip the rugged road. Pushing hard, don't go slow. Dust clouds rise, the sky so clear. Heartbeats pound like a rock child. Tires grip the rugged road. Pushing hard, don't go slow. Dust clouds rising, sky so clear. Heartbeats pounding, fire near. Tires grip the rugged road. Pushing hard, don't go slow. Dust clouds rising, sky so clear. Heartbeats pounding, fire near. Tires grip the rugged road. Pushing hard, don't go slow. Dust clouds rising, sky so clear. Heartbeats pounding, fire near. Tires grip the rugged road. Pushing hard, don't go slow. Dust clouds rising, sky so clear. Heartbeats pounding, fire near.